Hey guys, so I am so excited to be sharing with you for this event that corporate has put on for expanding your network, as it's so important to expand your network and depending on what platform that you're using. And today I get to share with you one of the hardest platforms to grow, and that's because there's not really a way that you can pay to grow your network on Snapchat, and it's really hard to get followers from other platforms to follow you over to Snapchat. But I'm excited to share with you guys my tips and tricks and how I've been able to bring over thousands of followers from different platforms and really grow my Snapchat. And I believe that Snapchat's very important because to me, a lot of people I've had tell me, like, especially like my generation or younger, that Facebook is for old people, or they're getting off Instagram, they're getting off Facebook. So I remember going back a couple years ago, whenever I started growing my Snapchat, I remember my coach actually told me, she's like, this is a waste of time. Like, I don't know why you're investing any time into this, which I'm so thankful I did not listen to her. And I just continued to grow my Snapchat because over time, I've been able to grow it and been able to convert a lot of my followers on Snapchat to coaches or to challengers. And it's been, to me, it's been worth the time invested. And not only that, but if you're on Snapchat, it literally takes no more extra time except for to upload it to Instagram stories or Facebook stories. So you can essentially take the time on Snapchat, post it to Snapchat, and then take that same information or same picture, same video, post it to Instagram stories, and not really have that much more time invested in it. So if you're on Instagram stories or you're doing the Facebook thing, I highly recommend that you're doing Snapchat, because Snapchat, to me, even if I have the same followers on Facebook and I have the same followers on Instagram, Snapchat is a whole different platform to where people are going to go there when they may not get on Instagram or they may not get on Facebook. And to me, it's a lot more engaging than Facebook or Instagram. And I just have a lot more people reach out to me. It's just a lot more, I guess, more interactive. And the thing that sets apart from Snapchat compared to Instagram stories is Snapchat, it has to be raw and real. There is no photoshopping. You can't just upload, I mean, you can upload a picture, but people know. I know, for instance, for me, I have been, I'm known for on social media for my booty or my small waist. And so I've had people tell me, well, you're just photoshopping your stomach or you're photoshopping your booty bigger. And I'm like, dude, come follow me on Snapchat and you can tell it's not Photoshop, because you can't Photoshop on Snapchat where you can on Instagram stories or you can on other platforms and stuff. So I think people love Snapchat because it's very raw. It's very real. It's like a reality TV show. But I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I have grown my Snapchat to thousands of interactive followers. I have my notes because I have a total squirrel brain. Hey girls. And feel free to ask questions and I will go back through it. I'm not going to read your questions probably right now because I have total squirrel brain and I'll get totally off track. I may at the very end or go back and answer you guys' questions. Okay, so how I have brought people over from Instagram, from Facebook to Snapchat. And you guys, I get followers on Snapchat every single day. Every single day I'll get about 5 to 10 followers. Some days when I'll do an ad or I'll do something to really promote it, I'll get hundreds of followers at a time. So I'm consistently growing my Snapchat. I'm consistently engaging with followers and stuff. And so how I do that. So my number one way, I think, how I consistently get followers on Snapchat is on my Instagram. I don't know if I can show you guys or if you can see this, but on my main Instagram page, I don't know if you guys can see that, but at the very top here, you can't really read it, but at the very top here it says Snapchat has a little ghost, and it has my name, Cat Meets Kale. And so when people type in my name or they go straight to my page, they instantly see Snapchat Cat Meets Kale. So I think that's how I get the majority of my followers on Snapchat. That's the only thing that I can think, which it's giving me that more exposure. So I really, to me, it's a good thing. Even if they're following me on Instagram, that's okay, because it's giving them more exposure to me, to become more familiar to me. Another way that I have done is ads for Snapchat. So whether that be on Facebook or Instagram, not really ads, but where I'll post about it and I'll boost it. I'm not really ad savvy, or I haven't really done that many ads to grow my social media. It pretty much grows organically for the most part. So I haven't really focused in on a lot of ads, but I have made a post. I think I've done it twice for Snapchat, where I'll take your little Snapchat logo. If you don't know how to do that, people, if you're super brand new to Instagram or Snapchat, people can take that little, that little ghost emblem that's yellow and it has like all the dots. They can take a picture of it and it will automatically upload to where they can follow you on Snapchat. I'm trying to find it here. The little, this little thing. It has my bit emoji for some reason. I think I just got my phone back yesterday, so that's probably why. But I took a screenshot of this, or uploaded it, and made a picture of it and posted it on Facebook and Instagram along with a picture of me, and it said, follow me on Snapchat. And I just like boosted it for $20, maybe $50 at the most. And I got a ton of followers just from that. So that's a really easy way to get followers on Snapchat. One thing that you don't want to do is in the wording on Facebook or Instagram, if you mention Snapchat, they will actually limit your views and limit your how many people actually see your post. So I never actually put in my post, follow me on Snapchat or follow me whatever, because Facebook will actually limit you on how many people actually see that. So be mindful of that. Unless you're doing an ad where you're going to boost it anyway, then that would be a way that you could do that. So I also post it everywhere, including on my website. I have my Snapchat handle. I have it on my Facebook, my main Facebook profile, not my page, but my Facebook, where it just says a little bit about me and it says follow me on Snapchat. I also have it again on my Instagram profile, pretty much everywhere that I can just place a little blurb about, hey, follow me on Snapchat. I also have, I know most of you have an email list. I have like my website where people can subscribe to my newsletter. Every once in a while, you can just send out a thing and say, or you can just have a little handle on there and say, follow me on Snapchat at the very end. Wherever you can think, you can put in that little blurb about, hey, follow me on Snapchat. It's a great way to expand your Snapchat following. Like I said, I have thousands of followers now on Snapchat that I've grown over the last 2 years. And I'm so glad that I've stayed consistent with it, because I have, again, converted so many of my followers to coaches and to challengers. So it's been awesome for me. Hi, Kim. Okay, so another thing that Instagram or Snapchat just added that is so awesome is where you can go and you can ask your followers to suggest you to their so you could follow them. And I'll show you guys how to do that. So basically, or you can tell your followers to do this. So if you're on somebody's feed, if you click their little name, they can click this little arrow and it will suggest that to all of your friends and followers. So this is a way that you can ask your followers, say, hey, would you mind suggesting me to some of your friends? Maybe if they're interested in health and fitness, would you be willing to share that to your friends? And a lot of people, if they love you on social media, they are willing to share. Sometimes you just have to ask. And it's as simple as that. So don't be afraid to ask and say, hey, would you mind suggesting me to your friends and followers? That's another way you can grow followers on Snapchat. So, okay, so not only do you want to worry about growing your following on Snapchat, those are the best ways that I have found. That's the only way that I even know that you can grow your following on Snapchat. So hopefully that's helpful to you guys. But not only do you want to grow your social media, but you also want to keep your followers engaged and relevant content once they opt in to follow you. So make sure, and you guys all know this, especially from listening to the ones that have gone before me, make sure on Snapchat or whatever platform that you're on that you're adding value into people's lives. If you're not adding, I heard this from, I think it was a book, Contagious by Jonah Berger, I believe it is. People will only follow you for 2 reasons. 1, for value or education. People will only follow you for education or entertainment. And I always say, if you're not Kim Kardashian, then they're probably not following you for entertainment. So you want to make sure that you're putting out value into people's lives every single day, and you want to mix in so you're always doing those jab, 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 right hooks. So I try to do my very best to add value into people's lives every single day. Do I plan it out? No. It's just when I'm going through my day, I'm adding value into people's lives on Snapchat or Facebook or Instagram, whatever platform that I'm doing. But you guys, I personally love Snapchat because it's more of a behind the scenes, and this is what I do. It's like a reality TV show, but I'm adding value into people's lives as I go throughout my day. So one of the best ways, you guys, in the business that we're in, is the easiest way to add value into people's lives. Health and fitness is so simple. You can literally go to Pinterest and type in great recipes or health and fitness tips or whatever. Now you need to be careful, but for the most part, you can share with people like how much water they need to get in, or just different tips. I mean, simplified, you guys. It doesn't have to be rocket science. The more simple, people are just looking to get healthy, and the more value that you're going to be adding into their lives, the more they're going to trust you to be their coach. They're going to trust you to be on their team. So adding value, recipes is a great way. And one way that I know that people are loving what I'm putting out there is on a snap. I'll say on the next snap, I'm going to be sharing this recipe. Take a screenshot of the next slide, and I'll have hundreds and hundreds of people screenshot that and save that recipe. Recipes are a great way to add value. I found that people love sweet, healthy recipes, so desserts that are still healthy. That's a great way to add value, and people love it. They eat it up. But basically on Snapchat, just like you would Facebook, but it's more like behind the scenes, more real and just candid. You want to showcase your life and showcase your lifestyle of what we do as coaches. So whether that be maybe you're running to the post office to send off some gifts to your coaches or challengers, whether that be hey, like I work from home, like this is the coolest gig ever. Like whatever that is, showcase your lifestyle, because really that's what we're selling. I always say I don't sell Beachbody, I sell my lifestyle, and it has helped my business grow so much just by doing that, and not just, I mean, yes, I do mention Beachbody, yes, I talk about Shakeology and the workouts, but I showcase my lifestyle while you're adding in that value. The other day, I did something that I had never done before, and it was really cool, and I actually had a lot of conversion from it, and that was I ran a sneak peek through Snapchat and Instagram stories, and it was really cool, and people are like, man, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen, like, tell me more, I want to be a part of what you're doing, and it was basically just breaking down, like, what is coaching, or talking about just everything that has to do with coaching, what I would do in a typical sneak peek. I basically put it on Snapchat. People loved it. So that was really cool, even for people that weren't really, maybe would never join a sneak peek. They were going to see it anyway because it's going to be on Snapchat, or Instagram stories. Number 4, one thing I see so often, and I'm like, oh, like I want to help you so bad, is so many people get on Snapchat and they are not excited, or they're just kind of sitting there like solemn, or you know, just kind of like, so guys, this is what I have for you today. It's like, wake up! Like, we have an awesome life. We have this awesome opportunity. Your enthusiasm needs to come through the screen. So you need to be excited or you're going to lose your people's attention. So be excited when you're sharing your amazing lifestyle or sharing what you have to give to them. So be excited. And another thing I see so many times is like just people like following their kids around all the time or not really showcasing themselves, but just kind of, I mean, not to say that you don't want to share your lifestyle with your kids and stuff like that, but it's just like, I don't know, just make it interesting. I always try to think when I'm posting something on social media or posting something on Snapchat, I always think, okay, is this something that I would want to watch? And if it's not, I don't post it. Because more than likely, if I'm not going to watch it, then they're probably not going to want to watch it either. So always just kind of like, and you also have to think like, if someone that does not know me, they don't know my family, they don't know who I am, would they want to watch it? So just be mindful of that when you're sharing. Another thing on Snapchat and same with Instagram stories is they all, to me, they go hand in hand, but basically, you always want to be posting every 1 to 2 hours because that's going to be popping you to the top of the feed. So you're going to get more exposure. So the more you're doing it, the more you're going to be popping to the top. So I recommend don't do a bunch of videos at once or don't do a bunch of pictures at once because it's only going to pop you up there one time versus like if you do one every 1 to 2 hours. And that's just going to be popping you to the top of the feed. And I notice when I do that consistently, when I'm posting every 1 to 2 hours, I get a lot more views than if I'm just doing a bunch all at one time. Tamara said, do you post the exact same thing from Snap to Instagram stories? Yes. Okay, so here's what I do. Because I love Snapchat and I love Instagram stories. They're two different things, but kind of the same. But I take everything that I post from Snapchat except for the words. So if because I like Instagram stories words better because to me, they pop out better. I love their stickers better. So I will I'll upload a video to Snapchat and I'll save it without the words. And then I'll type the words on there and then I'll post it to Snapchat. I'll take that same video or picture, post it to Instagram stories, and then I'll add the wording again on Instagram stories. So essentially it's the same thing. It's just the graphics are a little bit different. But yes, I do post the exact same thing. Every once in a while, I'll do some boomerangs on Instagram stories that Snapchat does not offer yet. Hopefully they will in the future. But yes, for the same thing, for the most part. Another way that, especially in the beginning when I didn't have as many followers, because now it would take me a lifetime probably, but send messages to your followers on Snapchat. So do just like a basic, maybe just like good morning and maybe like a little inspirational quote and take that and send it to all of your Instagram or your Snapchat followers. And so basically that just makes them more aware of you. And it's like, hey, she took the time to send me a message. I just did this a lot in the beginning and I noticed I had a lot more engagement and I try to do it now, but to be honest, like I have so many followers on Snapchat, it's hard for me to sit there. It seriously would take me hours to go through all of my Snapchat followers and send them a message. Another thing I try to do, sometimes I don't have the time, but when I get a new follower on Snapchat, as soon as they add me, I go ahead and send them a message and say, hey, thanks for following me on Snapchat. If you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I would love to engage with you or answer any of your questions, whatever. I'll just send them like kind of a welcome. And I think that kind of breaks that barrier and helps them to interact and engage with me even more. So, all right. Well, that's pretty much all I have. If you guys have any questions, do not hesitate to drop it in the comments, and I'll try to periodically come back and answer your questions. And hope you guys have a great weekend and enjoy some sunshine. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.